Good afternoon, this is Sheila, the PA doll lady, and I am coming through to show you guys some of the things that we picked up today. We had a collection appointment at 9 a.m. Honestly, I think it's like 3 o'clock. I'm just walking in the door, and it turned out to be really nice. A lot of work. I'm exhausted. My back is hurting, and we went through an entire room plus of buckets of stored dolls, in addition to like ceiling to floor shelving units that were full of dolls. I did not buy out the whole collection. I didn't feel that the whole collection as it stood was worth my time, effort, and storage room. But I did pick out some good pieces that my collectors will be very excited about. So I will share a few of them, and then we can keep talking about how things panned out. First guy that came home with us is African American Quirky doll. He is a Playmates doll, and he has a tagged outfit. I don't know that this hat is authentic to him. I don't think it is. But he has adorable curly hair. I have not tested him, obviously, because I'm just walking in the door right now. I'm exhausted. My head hurts. Smelled more mold than I could care to say. Some of the buckets were just, they had been stored for a really long time, and I could tell. So as soon as I opened it, it was like, whew. I'm like, nope, not looking in there. Quirky has a cassette tape player behind him. Unfortunately, this guy, they did not take his batteries out, but they're not bleeding batteries. But look at how cool these super old batteries are. I don't even know what day it is, but we'll take those out. So I did not test this guy, obviously, because I'm just looking and searching through hundreds and hundreds of dolls. I would probably estimate there was, she said there was 3,000. I'm thinking there's probably a lot more than 3,000, I'll tell you that, in there. Apparently, oh, look at how nice that is. It is very nice and clean. So I am going to test it. I'm going to test it out to see if it still works, because the prongs in there are nice and clean. And he tends to be more on the rare side. He's not like rare like my antique dolls, but he tends to not come up too often. So we're going to test him to see if he is still working. He's from 1986, or his tag says that he was from 86. This guy here goes with the other Quirky line of dolls. I also got his chair, and I got extra outfits and all that kind of stuff for him. So he will be hitting the store as soon as I get him all. He's kind of like, been sitting there collecting dust for a while. So we're gonna get my mom to get him all nice and cleaned up, and then put him in the store. This lady had a nice collection of black dolls, which is so rare for white ladies to have big collections of big sections, not collections, but big sections of their collections be black dolls. So I was very excited to see this one. I don't think this is her original clothing, but she just reminds me of my niece so much. When I seen her, I was just like, oh my God, she looks just like my little niece. So I had to bring her home with me. I didn't even check what her marking is. Actually, she is a generic doll, but her hair and her face is just so cute. She had to come home. And if I love her, then one of my other collectors will too. She does have sleepy eyes, so her eyes open and close. And she is pretty tall. I would say, I don't know. And she kind of has like that little plastic, that very light plastic body. Walking Wanda is what she's called. So her I grabbed based on style and just her face, and the fact that I don't see many of her often. So I do grab my dolls like that. A big whammy in there. I did not see this one in the photos. Ugh, she's heavy. I did not see this one in the photos, and honestly, I had such a tiring night's sleep or lack of sleep that I wondered if it was a good idea to go and look at a collection today, because I was probably not going to be like all put together. But here we are. This is Jill, and she is a highly sought after girl. She is from Playmates. She also would have to be tested, and I'm not sure if she, or I don't know, I might just sell her as is. We're going to see. She is heavy as could be. Heavy as could be. There is a tape that used to go in here, and let me see. Doesn't look like super dirty in there, but, and then there goes her compartment. What is that? What just fell? Okay. There goes her compartment, and her compartment seems pretty clean for how old she is. There is some kind of green that I might try to test her out just to see if she works. I've never gotten one of these I've never bought one of them before. They do take up a lot of space, and I just have not ran into her before. So she's supposed to be like animatronic. She's jointed everywhere and that kind of thing. And she is super heavy. I'll probably say without packaging right now, she feels to me like she might be a good 8 to 9 pounds. And she's very tall. So there is the second grab. Her arms seem to be articulated, so we're gonna look to see. But I have to test her out to see if she still works, and if she doesn't, that's okay. That's just means that she'll be for display only. That's number 2. Well, that's number 3. That little black girl, she just looks like my niece so much. Oh my God, I love her. I found this girl, and this is so freaking awesome. Usually, the parts to these dolls are what makes them very valuable. That little spoon with the cherries and whatever, that by itself is a good 30 to 40 bucks. I've had these dolls before, but they don't usually sell that great. However, their accessories sell excellent. Like I said, that spoon with the little cherries, that's the it factor. But look at this, guys. Let me see if I could get her out. She is so new that she still has her little net. Excellent minty condition. And I've had plenty of those girls, but not, I have not had the black one. And her accessories are here. There goes that little spoon that has, yeah. There goes her little spoon, her little cherries. And so the accessories, if you look those up by themselves, that's good money without even getting the doll. So just look at this spoon, because if you see it at a flea market or anything like that, that equals money. You can see the back of it. It has like a little thing, and it means that when you press it, it just springs back in. So if you see this in a dollar bin, it should say baby all gone on it. So the spoon by itself is a good $30 to $40. But being that she has all her accessories, she still has her hairnet, and she still has her little BB. I used to love these when I was smaller. I would be like, where did this milk go? So she still has all her accessories. This is my first time finding the black one. I've had the white one, not with all the accessories, but this is my first time finding the black one. So I was very excited when I seen her. Again, I was really ecstatic when I went to see the collection. I kept going back and forth with this collection. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it. I'm coming off of a buy that I was not very proud of initially. I've since changed my tune. It will be profitable. I'm already in the profit for that last buy on the 5th of February. But I usually like to count like a double or triple, because part of it is the expenses, part of it goes to eBay and all the fees that goes to that, and then the other one goes to us. And I have to pay to get help for doing all this stuff. So that's kind of like how I like to look at buying collections. It almost has to be like a 3 or 4x for me to be very comfortable. And now that eBay changed like all the promotion stuff, everything is getting a promotion hit on top of it. And on top of that, you got the shipping that also just went up. So I have to make sure that my margins are really wide so that I float in the middle and stay afloat. So those are 1, 2, 3, yeah. Then I got this girl here. I was very excited about her. Although her dress is very fragile, she is not a usual one to come by. This is a Cindy Horseman doll. And there are none available of her right now on eBay. Actually, I don't see it anywhere. She is stamped on the back of her neck, Horseman doll. Look at her beautiful lashes. And she's side. So when she's looking to the side like that, that means that she is side glancing. She has a side part, and her hair looks okay. So sometimes when you're going to buy dolls, you want to test out their hair, just yank it a little bit. What happens is when there's starting to be like rotting issues, as soon as you pull the hair, it just peels right off. So, that's a good test to do. She looks like she doesn't have many hair plugs missing, because her hairline looks beautiful. Her face looks beautiful. She does have a little mark here, but not a big deal. Her fingers are all there. I've seen this dress on other dolls like her, so I'm going to assume that this was her original dress. I'm not sure if these are her original shoes or not. We're going to have to do some research and try to figure it out. But I would say that she looks to me like a good 30 inches plus. This is what we would call a companion doll. They were made in the 50s and 60s, and they were meant for your kid. Yeah, she's 35 inches. So she's the equivalent of your Patty Play Pals. And I looked around. I don't see one listed. Her dress is pretty fragile, so I don't know if it's original or not. It will ship with her once I get her into the store. My main thing when I go and check out these girls is undressing. I like to undress them, and you want to check their shoulders for any cracks, because that is very normal that they do have cracks. You want to check the back of their neck. The back of their neck tends to have cracks if people like restring them too tight, if people just like yank, kids yank their heads and that kind of stuff. So do the shoulder test, make sure that their shoulders are okay. The reason that they crack is some of the kids would like yank up the arm, and when you do that, they don't have that flexibility. Now this girl has like little levers inside of it, so you can actually move her up. The Patty Play Pals, some of them are not like that at all. So she is what I would classify as a walker doll. And okay, so this one goes up all the way. The other one does not. And the second thing with these girls is you want to bring out their undergarments, and you want to see the hips. The hips also suffer from, like, if they've been in the heat for too long, if they've not been properly stored and that kind of thing, that the plastic gets fragile and there's cracks happen. You'll see it on the hips as well. So you want to check these girls out for the hips and the shoulders. Hips and shoulders. And she is in excellent condition. She looks to be played with, but not like in the form that, she's completely scraped off and all that kind of stuff. She does have a couple scratches on the back. But overall, I would classify her in very, very good condition. We're gonna try to clean up her face a little bit, and I will, when I ship her out, I'm gonna ship her out with this, she's pretty dusty. She's been in the same room for 25 years, said the previous owner. So the previous owner had collected dolls all her life. She enjoyed them. I guess she did doll shows. She has been trying for quite a few years to downsize her collection. The last time she allowed somebody in her doll room was 2 years ago, she said. And one friend seen one of the ads that I had and said, hey, there's this other lady out there looking for dolls, so you may want to call her. And thankfully she called me, and I was very happy that she did. This is the one where I have been working on for the past week. And I've, multiple times, this is an emotional journey. It is what it is. We go back and forth with it. I try not to be emotional. This time around, I was very numbers focused. And even still, at the end, almost towards the end of the deal, it almost fell apart. So, collectibles are just one of those things where people get very, very tied up in emotions and how much they paid for them and all kinds of stuff. So, and that is, what was that? What did I show you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll show you this girl here. Tell me she does not look like an Instagram chick right now. This, I believe, is a McCall mannequin head doll. And she is, let me see. Well, actually, I'm wrong. They have her listed as a horseman doll from 1974 is what her thing says. But this is the same frame that they use for the McCall shoulder heads, where they allow you to do rollers and makeup and all that kind of stuff. So that's that kind of doll. There goes her arms, and they move a little bit. And she does have her nails done. I'm not sure if that's a mommy manicure or an actual real manicure. I'm not sure. She has like her little hipster thing going on. There goes her big clogs. And she does have her little toes painted. So, another adorable girl that came home, and that will be added to the store as soon as I get to de-dusting them. They have to get de-dusted. She has a nice strong jawline, and her eyes are really cute. So they are painted on eyes with a little white strike around them. So that's that. And I have another, I don't know if this is also a Jill doll. I'm not sure. I need to look her up. But I thought she was like so quirky looking. I'm like, oh, I got to take this one. Yeah, so this is also a Playmates the stamp is 1987. Doesn't mean that it is 1987, but I believe that this is also a Jill doll, but she is like a stuffed Jill doll, not like the animatronic one. Like the first one that I just showed, that thing is like a good, I don't know, it's a good 10 pounds by itself. This one is more like a sit on your bed type of doll, and she looks to be minty condition. Her hands are absolutely clean. Her eyes are sleepy, meaning that when I tilt her back, she opens and closes. She kind of reminds me of a Golden Girl. What do you guys think? She reminds me of like the Golden Girls show. Maybe like I don't remember what the old lady was, but, and look at this color block. Look at this color block sweater. My brain is not working. I am so tired, guys. You don't even understand. I went to bed. It was like 10. And because I'm like, midlife crisis type of situations, I woke up in the middle of the night, could not get back to sleep. And then I'm like, how am I going to this collection? Now I have 2 hours sleep. Now I have 1 hour sleep. So the anxiety was in high swing. I did some math. I wanted to make sure that I went into this very smart, even if my brain wasn't working, which was very smart of me to do because my brain was not working today. I was just like, I was exhausted. And I told the lady I would be there by 9. I wanted to schedule that appointment to be my first appointment so that if things didn't work out, then I could just go thrifting down there and not waste a whole day. But everything worked out fine. So yeah, this is another Jill doll, and I have a lot more to go. A lot more to go. So I ended up we were talking about pricing. We ended up with, she wanted $40 for her big dolls, and she would work with me for the smaller dolls, is what she said. And I was like, I'm not sure that I want to pay $40 for no big dolls, but there was a few that had me interested enough. And then she said something about German antique dolls, and I was like, oh, all right, I'm in. Once she said that she did have the antique dolls that she had not photographed, but due to signal or whatever, that it was better if I would just come down. So I seen enough in the collection from the photos that she sent me that I was like, okay, they're only an hour and a half from me. I'm going to drive down there. I know that I could get at least 4 to 5 dolls that I can definitely bring back into the store and be happy with. And if nothing else, then I'll just walk. I'm just gonna leave. Like, I didn't have anything invested into this one as I did for my other one. So I was very pleasantly surprised. What I did was I do the same thing. I go into the rooms and people are like looking at me like I have 3 eyeballs, and I'm like, listen, there's a method to this crazy. I'm telling you right now, there's a method to the craziness. Just let me work the way I work in the collection room, and then we can, talk about what I'm taking, what I'm not taking, and that kind of stuff. So I gave her like a 3-hour estimate. I gave myself a 3-hour estimate for getting through the whole entire room. In addition to, there must have been like stored like them buckets that you do for your kids when they're moving to college. There must have been like, I don't know, it was a whole hallway full, front to back, and they were stacked about 3 or 4 high. So I would say there might have been like a good 30 plus buckets 30 buckets to go. I don't know, 30 to 40 buckets to go through. Every shelving unit to go through, and all the shelving units from bottom of the floor all the way to the ceiling full. But anyways, these guys, I'm just so excited about these guys. I'm really excited to add them to my store. I am starting to have a little bit of a following where there's other people that, also collect their brown and black dolls, and they come to my store specifically for them because I'm constantly searching for them. But this guy here, he lasted, when I had him last time, he only lasted in my store, but I don't even think he lasted a week, honestly. And the person was like, do you have something else? I think she was looking for, I don't remember what else. But this girl here is one that I had not had in the store before, in how complete she is. You know what I mean? So I'm very excited to be adding these guys to the store. And I don't know about this Jill animatronic one. She's probably going to be a nice challenging one to package, and because she's so heavy and hard plastic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've showed you 7. I'm going to show you my prized possession. You know what? I don't even know that she's my prized possession. There's so many good things in here. We'll go through, maybe we'll do a couple videos and show a couple more as we go through, because there's quite a few to go through. These are the ones that I walked in and I'm like telling my husband, just put them in my video room. That way I can just take a quick video, because after this I'm going to shower, de-dust, take a nap, wake up with a clean brain, and it is photo and post session coming up. But I do have at least 3 big hitting dolls that are going to come in the next couple days. So I will create a couple more videos because I don't want to show all of them at one time. There is more to come, and 2 of my big hitters are still in the queue. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you enjoy going down nostalgia lane with me, and this was a good pickup. Have a good day.